This white.
To be honest with you,
this white boy did call it a cock one time. He did say.
Like
cock.
I can't take cock. I
it.
can't take cock seriously. Like
White people love saying cock and it pisses me off.
It's part of their culture.
You sound like
It's part of their culture.
It pisses me off.
Why are we talking?
So proper?
Why are we saying? Why are we on this?
I'm sorry, this white boy he told me like suck my cock.
Welcome to the 4th episode of an ambiguously named podcast with
Booger McFarty,
also known as Legally.
Tyler, your fairy gay mother.
Dan.
It's Scooter.
and David. So how we doing this week? What's good? What's happening?
I'm a little stressed. I have Spanish homework.
You say I'm still can't get over. You said fairy gay mother.
I can be somebody's fairy gay mother. I've actually been somebody's fairy gay mother.
Hey, you want to make that into a movie and get paid millions of dollars for that shit?
No, because I feel like that concept has already been done.
Can we have The Rock do it?
Yes,
but he was already with Tooth Fairy.
Exactly.
How about we have Frank Ocean?
I like movies where
Frank Ocean won't agree with it.
No, but I feel like we need an actor that would break the stereotypical image
of a gay man.
Yeah. That's why I would say The Rock. We need like a Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, the baby. Yes.
You know what? That man is so fine.
Watch that.
I want to sit on his face.
What the f***? Okay, so actually, he's about to get canceled.
What did he?
No.
What?
So we are not canceling the baby.
No,
him.
No, they finna cancel his ass. They was dragging him today because he was imitating African. Like people of like.
Okay, so I saw that the video. I thought that he was at like a wedding with one of his friends.
It was funny. It was funny, but
yeah, he was. He was at like a wedding for one of his friends.
But
or
at the
something
same, it was funny. But at the same time, would you be okay with someone not of our culture doing that?
I'm not the person to ask.
So like an African person pretending to be black.
Yeah.
I feel like we are all part of the diaspora.
But at the same time, when we do that and have a fake accent, it's disrespectful.
Yeah, it is.
Well, Africans already don't really fuck with.
But that doesn't make it right, though.
Hey, you're not gonna get into my
conspiracy. They already think they're better than us.
Not necessarily.
We not finna get into my conspiracy theories.
I understand that, but most of them, not all of them, but hell, majority of them think they're better than us.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Like I have a conspiracy theory, which I believe is true, but hey, we not gonna dive into a biblical conspiracy theory now on this show.
I for one do not know any Africans.
I grew up with them.
Sir, I don't know. I know black people and I know white people.
I know people from
I barely
Ghana,
know white people.
Nigeria,
I know of white people.
Ethiopia, South Africa. I got people from.
Shoot, you should know. Well, some of your instructors are
from
Africa, like from Senegal,
Nigeria.
Second generation American.
I go to
Park,
class,
Minnesota, and
I write notes down. I fail tests.
Yeah, but
he said fail the test.
It tastes a bit too friendly for my taste, but you just too friendly in my book. I don't like niggas.
And here's the thing about them: they was cool as. Most of them, I didn't even know that they was African. You know, we just saw them as black until they got a little bit older. But they was still chill.
The thing is, most like people who are from Africa, like they were probably
like straight from.
Yeah, they won't
even claim the title of being black. It was like, no, I'm not black. I'm Nigerian.
Yeah,
and I think that's kind of like culturally.
And
like,
I have met those
different
people.
countries.
There is a cultural difference, so I mean, it makes sense that. Because they're not going to fit into the exact same culture as like African Americans. So it makes sense.
Okay, but where was you born? And like depending on that, like they'll still say they was African American. But I know like one dude, he was born in Nigeria, but he said he African American. I mean, he could also say, yeah, I'm Nigerian. But it's like either way, you know, you still black. You still gonna deal with the same stuff we dealing with.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Like, honest to God, why is there so much friction between the Black American community and the seemingly African community? Like,
can you talk to that crystal light?
We need a representative.
Yeah, we need. I need to proper African.
I need to get my peoples on the phone. Hold on.
Like honestly.
But that is a topic for
that is
another week.
Okay, so we'll say that for next week. I will
save
get
that.
my guest speakers.
Yeah, get us a representative.
How many guest speakers do y'all want?
Maybe two, so that they can drag us together.
Maybe one, because there's too many people on this podcast. First of all, already.
Damn.
I ain't gonna lie. There's 6 of us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
But you know what is a perfect number?
Oh wait, hold up.
3.
Rewind it.
No.
Don't segue just yet.
Dre's not here today.
Oh yeah, Dre.
No,
He had to go do
His
homework.
name ain't Dre. It's
Come on, man. Why are we saying the names?
Cause that's not his real
I don't
name.
really want
He gave us a moniker, and we all forgot it already.
Mr. Studio Girl.
Something about clapping cheeks.
No.
Oh yeah, well, that was the first
clap
one.
them cheeks.
Slim D, Dre,
It was
something. Smooth dicks.
No, it was not. That was what in the name of the Lord? Order!
I'm sorry.
Order in the court.
I don't know why.
I remember there being a D and there being smooth, but there was something smooth.
See,
boy
that's
D.
why I
I think.
thought-
Smooth Dre, Mr. Clapping them cheeks.
Smooth D.
It has something to do with cheeks.
I think it was smooth boy D.
So we can all agree he was talking about his penis.
No, he wasn't.
No!
Speaking of
Hey, Dre!
of D's and
Apologies,
things,
Dre. Apologies.
how do y'all feel about threesomes?
Ooh. Okay, I want to give my spiel first.
Oh god.
So, my commitment style is I'm a swinger. That means I like, playing with other people while I'm in a relationship. So I can be with my partner.
I'm joking.
Yeah,
Okay, we're gonna excuse this.
We do not pour shame on this podcast.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
I'm joking.
We are a sex positive. We're a sex
Very
positive
sex-positive.
podcast.
Shut your slut mouth.
Listen here, I know your whore ass. The whores of all whores. The popcorn, the kettle black. Sit your ass over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be quiet too. So
Exactly. So listen, threesomes. Personally, I don't know whether it's because I have like something sexual going on with me, or maybe because I'm young, but I just like threesomes. And I like the idea of like being with a partner and sharing that person and that person sharing me, because I like the idea like that person's connected with, like heart, but their body is being pleased by somebody else. So as long as my partner is pleased,
is it the thing like, oh, you like watching your partner get pleased, but you know that you could just step in and show the person, this is how it's done.
It's more like I'm open to a polyamorous relationship, which is why I like threesomes. So let's just say like they start liking the other person. I'll get low key jealous, but let's say I like the person as well. I can we can all like coexist and like this
work
one
it all out.
polyamorous relationship, which is something I'm open to. So I like threesomes. I think it's like group sex to me is the best sex. Depending on how many people, depending on the people you have it with. You can't just be doing it with random people or like people that don't know your body. But like if you do it with the right group of people that you trust, yeah, it could be lit.
See, Tyler, me and you are on completely opposite sides of the spectrum.
Can we go down the spectrum before we just go?
Okay, you in the middle?
Alright, in my opinion, I honestly and truly don't want a threesome. Mainly because as a straight male, I'm with a girl. I'm with a female. If I say, let's have a threesome, I have somebody in mind. And then she be like, I also have someone in mind as well. And she pull and she say, a nigga. And I'm just be like, nah, I'm going to be very insecure about it. I would want it. But I'm not finna open up that can of worms because I'm not trying to have that type of situation.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Here's my thing about that. Because once again, that double standard comes into play. Because we'll have a threesome with 2 girls, but then females want to have a threesome with 2 guys, and then
that goes into like some type of homophobia.
No, it's not even that. I just don't.
Homophobia, because I understand it.
I would know. Here's the thing. I would rather a female take my chick rather than a nigga take my chick.
Okay, then think about what you just said. Y'all would want the girl to be. Y'all want two girls, but it can't be the other way around. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. I know. It's
so
just,
think about it this way: if you're not open for it to be the other way. If you're not open for it to be vice versa, then you shouldn't have threesomes at all.
That's the point he was getting at.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I wasn't even going to try.
Any type of group sex, you got to be open.
Yeah, like that's why I'm not even opening it
He's not open.
Okay, so you're okay as long as you agree to that.
He's accepted that he's not comfortable with that.
Yeah, like I've accepted the fact that I'm never gonna have a threesome.
See, I'm in the same realm, not exactly in the same place. The way I see it is like, especially if I'm in a relationship with someone, that means that I want that person and I don't really want anyone else. Otherwise, why would I be in the relationship? So if I'm not gonna even entertain that idea because I know that I just want that person. I don't want nobody else. So entering another person in the situation, that just doesn't make any sense to me.
I see your point, but for me at least, I see it as like, like I said, me and the other person, let's just put it into future, me and my husband.
Okay.
Yes, God.
Speaking into existence, brother.
Me and my husband, we have that connection beforehand, both sexually and emotionally, to where we can play with other people and still be like, to connect
emotionally tied.
Yeah. So personally, I want to be in the room where you fucking other people, but that's just me. But for other people, they can like have an open relationship. But to me, as long as you have that connection and that communication beforehand, like how you want and what you're comfortable with, as long as you know that person knows that you're committed to each other and that other person is just for play, then I think you can actually take it to that. I think it's okay, because what you're talking about is just like, I only want that person, but then that's true, but on a sexual point, sex and like emotions are different. Just because you're having sex with like an extra person doesn't mean y'all have to be emotionally attached to that person. That person's just there diddle a finger
for the temporary pleasure.
I mean, I see what you're saying. I don't exactly agree with it though.
Y'all know
you got some science for us?
Y'all know I love to interject with science.
Okay, interject.
So when you have sex with somebody, there's always technically some emotion involved with it. Yeah. Because the way your brain is set up, when you have an intimate intimate moments or sex, for example, a chemical is released in your brain. I forgot what it's called. I think it's
Serotonin.
Dopamine. That is the word. Yeah. Dopamine. That rewarding. It kind of like rewards your brain. Kind of. Now the thing about dopamine is it also has a factor that like makes you somewhat attached. To whatever that thing is that you got the dopamine from. In that case, it would be the sexual encounter, the sexual interaction that you have with that person.
Can I interrupt? Oh, my bad. You finish.
So what I'm trying to get at is, technically, when you have sex with someone, your brain literally tells you, "I like this. Keep doing it." And that's also that those drugs that are released when that happens, that chemical reaction, is basically what scientists call, for lack of a better words, love.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And can I interject?
Go ahead.
And like in this situation, if I'm with in my opinion, before I even feel comfortable, even if I was in a relationship, before I even got comfortable enough to even ask for a threesome, it'll probably have to be at least a year or so. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, like, really and truly, I'm just saying. And at that point, when y'all having sex, if y'all been together for a while, it's no longer just sex. It's going to have some type of emotional ties to it. Because but when you add someone else into that, but when you add somebody else into that, it might mess up the whole entire sexual chemistry between y'all.
Yeah.
Because whether that be add another female in, add another dude in,
it's just another element at play. I feel like it kind of depends on the way that you personally see sex, because I personally don't see sex as just like a thing to do or a thing that's just for pleasure. I mean, it's like a bond connection type thing.
In my opinion, it depends on the context, though.
I think
like you could I could hit up a random female and we just shoot like one thing leads to another. I don't see her again, and it's just like, okay, that was fun. Is what it is, but if I'm with a chick that I'm really emotionally invested with, I've been dating for some time, or been talking to for a long while, trying to build up to a relationship, it's going to be very emotional. It's going to be hookup sex is much different from let me stop you there. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you there. Okay, stop. So y'all said trust. Okay, so in order to have a threesome, you should trust your partner. True.
First, and then also, when you were talking about the biology and whatnot, I understand that chemical combo, whatever the fuck, because it happens. It happens to everybody. It happens to me because you're human. But comma. When it's more like, I want to say that chemical reaction when you're into it with another person, I understand when it's just y'all two. That's a bond between you and your partner. But when you bring in a third person, they don't have that bond. They just hit the you don't understand? Mm-hmm. You understand what I mean? I understand the biology, and then plus that chemical reaction only happens when you do it more than once. If you just fuck with that person one time, what's gonna happen? They get they nut and they leave, and they were just like, "Babe, did you enjoy that?" Yeah, I enjoyed it. And then y'all move on because y'all enjoyed it together. Exactly. So it's more like, I understand where you're talking about the biology and like the way our serotonin and all the chemicals that make our brain receive happiness. But I feel like in order to receive that, you have to do it more than one time, because then you're used to that person stimulating you. But when it's just that one time, unless you have like threesomes with the same person, then at that point y'all building a relationship with that one person.
I'm about to look it up because I know it's like when it does have something to do with bonds and the amount of times that
y'all done did it,
that the chemical is released. That is a factor in how strong that bond is.
I think with threesomes, it also depends on the person. Me, I like them, and like I wouldn't be opposed to doing them in the future with my partner. Mm-hmm. But I mean, reading the room, everybody else feels different, and I guess it just depends on who you are and like what you're comfortable with. And some people are not comfortable with threesomes.
Man, I ain't got to worry edgewise.
Do you want to know? I was about to swap a little bit. Do you want to drop a little note?
Anecdote over here.
Come on, anecdote before I swap the topic.
Okay, this might take a minute. Well, threesomes. I'm gonna give you two separate anecdotes. So, once upon a summer, I got bored one time.
This is the story you got flipped.
Come on, tell the story.
There was
that look. That look.
Shut the hell up! Whoa, come on.
Oh, God. Okay, and there was some hookups involved, and one of those hookups turned into a I want to call it a threesome, but I'm gonna call it what it is and call it huh?
If y'all let this man tell this damn story,
I'm gonna call it what it is and say that was a train. I won't get into the specifics, but it was a train. And like, afterwards I was just like, well, that was interesting, I guess. But it's something I would do again. Maybe with drugs and alcohol, who knows? See? But fast forward, sometimes when you start to get a in relationship terms with somebody. Yeah. My attachment style, come back to you, because yours was a swinger. Mine was traditionally monogamous because I am vanilla. But
I can't.
And people love vanilla.
Everybody loves it.
Since that train was not vanilla.
Shush.
That was a swirl.
Can we not?
Next topic. I
thought you said we wasn't slut.
I wasn't slut shaming.
Let Johnny finish.
You won't let that finish your story.
I love chocolate and vanilla. Listen.
Let J Honey Boy finish his story.
Vanilla and chocolate says, girl.
Oh, God.
Girl.
Look here.
Point being, I'm here for it, sis.
But like, when you get to know somebody in general, sometimes being traditional monogamous, sometimes you just don't want to. open up to
and I understand that.
Now I will admit, you know, if you can find somebody mutual, and then, you know, like, I don't think just bringing somebody random into a relationship threesome is like a good idea.
Yeah,
it just sounds.
I think you should also know the person.
Yeah, you should know the person.
At
You know,
least.
At
At least know their favorite color.
Y'all gonna get robbed. Y'all gonna both be passed out, and they gonna be emptying out the drawers.
Shoot, take your kidneys to sell them on the black market.
But nah, I mean that's just like
advice.
But
that's
no,
just
I think I'd be open to the idea of a threesome if, like, the third party was somebody.
Y'all both were comfortable.
Yeah, because that's another problem I have. I'm a very socially awkward person. Everywhere I go,
yeah,
everything I do.
Same.
But that's
I'm socially awkward too, but I guess in sexual situations I'm just a hoe. But you know, I'm saying this now, but I could also like change and everything changes and everybody's different. Next
but you know,
hey,
bottom line. People find different pleasures in different areas and have different ideas of how they find that pleasure.
Whatever you do, whatever you want to do, make like, you know.
Let him segue.
You don't let that
just like
let him segue. Make sure you have air sanitizer. I'm gonna spray you.
Don't spray him with the Ozium.
The Ozium. That smell like Ozium all night.
Come on.
That shit power.
Hey, come on. Let him segue.
Segue.
Just like he's trying to spray down Tyler with that Ozium, niggas is trying to spray down their lungs with this vape.
Oh my fucking god.
How do we feel about the Trump administration trying to ban vape pens and e-cigarettes?
Okay.
To be honest with you,
of sicknesses.
this one thing I actually might agree with.
So here's my thing. If you gonna ban something based off a string of sicknesses and illnesses related to it, then you need to get rid of a whole lot of other shit.
Listen,
including big tobacco.
True.
Guns. Come on now.
We can get rid of liquor.
We don't
know about that, but we not going to. We did that once already.
Because at least liquor is something that you have to do like in extreme accession to start really like killing yourself with it. But cigarettes,
no, I'm just using that as an example because they're not going to do it.
I turned 21 in less than 2 hours. You're not going to take alcohol.
Less than 2 hours?
Yeah.
Wait, less than 2 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the birthday podcast.
Well, at one point, liquor was illegal.
It was.
Yes.
It was.
And then what did people do?
People were dumb as shit.
And then what did people do?
And people illegally.
But you know what they did?
Yeah, they were depressed, and they couldn't get
when they made marijuana illegal, what did they do?
They smoked it. They sold it.
What? Okay, so and then now it's legal again. So
in some states,
so I just see America going through a cycle of
legalizing and non-legalizing.
They're being scared of things that we don't know how to fully control.
Yeah.
So we ban it instead of trying to figure out how to regulate it and understand it and how to use it in a responsible way.
But here's my thing. There'll be the people who notice that the bans don't exactly work the way we intend for them to, and they'll use that argument for things that should be not exactly banned but regulated.
What do you mean?
Like, for example, I'm gonna go back to the guns thing because the guns thing is the first thing that comes to mind when I see this.
Guns shouldn't be banned.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't be banned. They should be regulated.
They need, like,
cigarettes, however.
Right.
Like, hey,
the closest thing to this is, which is like as soon as you start smoking a cigarette, that's just like what are you doing?
Taking an L. That's
exactly. You're just taking a straight L off that. But there's no conversation about banning cigarettes.
Hold on, Johnny got something to say.
I have multiple points.
Go off.
I want to say nicotine. Nicotine is actually okay.
He dropped Ozium.
Yeah, man.
Shit down.
You know what? We gotta come up with rules with this podcast. We gotta limit noise, okay? We gotta limit.
You the one who was spinning in a damn chair.
Like I said, we have to limit noise. Don't you dare spray me.
I was spraying with this bullshit.
Well, in the past, I'm not gonna say it like that. I was about to say I smoked. I've never smoked, but I did my research because I thought, why do people like nicotine? So nicotine is actually
highly addictive.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily bad. It's highly addictive, but it's not necessarily bad. The problem with nicotine is that the methods of delivery, also known as cigarettes, are filled with all the carcinogens and the cancerous things that give people.
That's why they have the nicotine patches as an alternative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, so it's not inherently bad. It's just the way people get into it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't see too many people injecting themselves with nicotine. That's why but continue.
Which takes me to my next point. Big tobacco and vaping. That whole thing was nothing but a slippery fucking slope. Let me tell you about. I have a friend who, like, I think he just started vaping casually. Every time I see him on Snapchat, he has that vaping in his damn mouth, and it's just like crazy. I mean, the thing is the appeal is the flavors. That's how I got. So I got into it, but I refused to pick up anything with nicotine. Even the free samples in the store, he was just like, "Oh, it's just 3 milligrams. It won't hurt you." I'm just like, "No, I'm good."
No. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. So, and I guess once I realized it's like the flavors are okay, it's like not all that. It's really the nicotine that makes people keep vaping.
Yeah.
So, that's my second thing about that. Juuling, kids, the flavors appeal to them, and then you have a problem because it's good, but it's also not good for you.
Like,
because somebody, I don't know, I read a story a while back. Some kid died from nicotine poisoning because he juuled all the damn time. That is a problem in itself. First of all,
the real reason is why is he even able to get the Juul pod?
That's another story because we.
To be honest with you, even I would say
that is incriminating.
Yeah,
and that's why it will not be
heard
when you guys get an actual
disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Look, we do not.
We are all 21.
It's perfectly fine to drink alcohol
when we were
in your own residence. You can drink it in your own residence.
Alcohol was legal on campus.
In your
Amsterdam?
Nobody.
Don't tell them what
We are in Amsterdam, guys. I love living in Amsterdam.
We live in
but anywho,
we are black and living
Exeter.
We speak
Tyler,
Dutch.
you gonna be the reason we go to jail. I just knew it.
Big Tobacco made Juuls way too appealing to people. I looked at a Juul and I was just like, damn, this shit it looks nice. Like it's a great aesthetic. You tap it and the shit comes on. It's like technology. I like this shit. I like it just because it looks nice.
Technology.
I would never use it. It looks nice. But my third and final point about the whole vaping thing is people getting sick from vaping, like the marijuana. So the thing about that, this is the third point.
Extreme cases.
It's not even extreme cases. The thing is, you have people that do it the right way, and then you have people that do it the wrong way. People that do it the wrong way with when they get their oils, it's the weed was used. It's like grown with pesticides and stuff, and it's like still traces of those pesticides in the oils. And also, even then, some people also cut the oil sometimes with other things to make it look authentic. Because I know you could, if the oil moved like real too smooth, then you knew it was bad. But people found something to cut it with so it could stay thick, and then it's just a slippery slope again. And now you got people smoking stuff to get high, but there's also God knows what else in there. So it's like, and that's the real problem.
And that's not a new concept,
right?
It's been like that since the beginning.
That's
of
what
time.
I'm saying. Like I see a repeating pattern.
So and then with that, people smoking the what they shouldn't be smoking. That's where we come into the prohibition of marijuana.
Yeah.
Because marijuana is illegal, people have to find a way to get it. That vaping marijuana is like highly discreet. I thought it would be like,
obvious.
Obvious, but it's not. You smell it for like maybe 30 seconds, then it's gone into the atmosphere. So at that point, you realize it's quick, it gets you there, and it's what's the word? It's easy to conceal.
Yeah.
But
low key,
if you get it, if you're not in a state where it's legal, then you have to get it from somewhere else. You can't go to a shop, a reputable shop, and say, hey, can I get this? And then boom, you got it. You have to get it from people online. And then that's where the problem comes in. If you get it from people online, you don't know where they're getting theirs from.
Yeah.
And that's where all the black market cards
the shady
come from.
stuff comes in.
Right. Our favorite lady who does her thing, when she sells them, and I noticed that all the brands she sells are the brands that are usually the ones that's laced with the pesticides and other things.
Now I'm wondering if she knew that. Like
that I also wonder if she knows,
because she's a smart person. So that just concerns me that she was doing that.
Right.
So
but we not gonna talk about her.
Bottom line, smoke weed. Like just as opposed to vapes and cigarettes. Just literally
but
like.
Also, let me come in again.
Hold on, and use. And if you can wrap it in paper.
Use paper.
Because what people don't understand is when you get Swisher Sweets, that contains cigarillos, whatever, Rillos, that has nicotine.
You can tell they don't smoke.
I know.
Yeah, because
I know you taking out the guts and stuff, but that nicotine is still in there.
Hey, there's remnants of it still on the
remnant. Yeah, it's still in.
Still on the Rillo.
Just because you took the guts out don't mean you took the nicotine out. That you gonna have to do some more.
Backwards are different. Backwards are different though.
Backwards.
I mean, they still have nicotine in it.
So how they different?
But backwards is the actual leaf, and it's better than a cigarette.
It's probably still
Does it still have nicotine in it?
Itself.
Probably still have the remnants of nicotine, but still,
so how's it better?
It's from nature.
Sir. So bottom line, get some papers.
I'm pretty sure the paper that they use is Rillo from nature too.
Get papers and get
it's even better. Don't use papers. Use cellulose. It burns slow and it burns smooth.
But not y'all gotta realize, y'all want people to use papers. A Rillo costs 99 cents.
The papers cheap.
Or better yet, get one of the
It's like what, $2 for a pound.
Or better yet, get
one of the pipes, the little
no.
things.
You can get 2 Rillos in one pack.
$1.
Yes, but you could get a whole pack for $2. Some people be broke and they be pressed for time.
Okay, see, that's different.
We don't turn this in. That's why you should hit a ball.
You have to realize, potheads are not organized.
Some are.
They still find time to get high, don't they?
Some are.
Some are, but not all.
Listen,
that's another conversation for another day.
Listen. I got a homie who literally keeps some on him at all times. He's got a bowl. He's always good. Like it's not even like a thing of. I think the papers and all of that just makes it more difficult, honestly. Cause he be having the bowl and we was literally like back over the summer we went to we went down to Berkeley and we literally parked and we got some ice cream and we finished eating and I look over and bro already got the stuff packed up and ready and he starts smoking it. I'm like, oh, you was quick with that. Like, if time and rolling is a concern, then you can just get a bowl. Like, unless you really just want the experience of having something that's rolled up, like, just having the image of it.
There's an aesthetic to that. There really is an aesthetic to that, too. And you can tell because we all know that person that keep they blunt, the rappers.
Yeah.
Like they did, like people keep the liquor bottles in their house. And it's just, why? Why are you collecting Rillo rappers?
If you want to booze, you buy a glass blunt.
What?
Oh, yeah. And you just pack it and you twist the little thing.
Yeah.
Y'all non-smokers telling smokers how to smoke.
You people from non-legalized states always trying to find some weed, but
boy, you the crack using Rillos.
I'm not gonna use Rillos.
I feel like
I swear, when I get my own card.
Did you want to talk about Hypebeast Culture?
Oh, speaking of.
Yeah, start us off on that.
Speaking of. What's popular and people doing stuff for clout, to look cool. You see how I did that?
Yeah.
What y'all think about Hypebeast culture and where it's going today?
I have
what
no
the hell
idea.
is a Hypebeast?
What the?
You don't know what a Hypebeast is?
Oh, okay.
I know what a
Hypebeast is. Someone answer that question for him because I can't do it.
It's queer Twitter and sometimes porn, and then. Some a lot of feminist stuff. So it's social justice Twitter. Let me get that shit. That's what it is. I get articles about shit what Trump did. It's just, and then there's a dick. So it's just eccentric. but I don't know what the hell a Hypebeast is. Is that where people do dumb shit for followers?
No, a Hypebeast is like so basically you just like
you remember when everybody
you will hop on any single trend that comes along just to keep up and be like up there.
You know when everybody wanted to like wear Diamond Supply Co.
Diamond Supply
and
Co.
the
Supreme and all of these overpriced brands.
Young and Reckless.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have that shit, then like the people who did have that shit, they were just like, oh wow, like
they was the first ones on Vape Nation with.
And they had the matching Jordans or they had the matching Vans with it.
Oh, the people who are the ugly ass shit. They call it fashion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or for like, I think
I don't follow those people on purpose.
I was gonna talk about them goddamn not bulletproof vests that people.
Oh my gosh! I feel like that can be lumped into Hypebeast culture too. The icon bulletproof vests most definitely are not bulletproof.
Like there's a difference between fashion and
ugly.
Like I can see you wearing a bulletproof vest for fashion, but
it's
I don't know. I just don't.
It don't look. Like,
it would look nice on the first person who does it.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, no,
it's not for everybody to just start doing. You know,
it's not.
Like it was cool when Chris Brown did it.
It was cool when Chris Brown did it.
Everything was cool when Chris Brown does it.
Especially
when he danced. He danced like a crackhead on the side of the street. But it's Chris Brown.
It's
but if
Chris
somebody
Brown.
else did it,
if a normal crackhead did that,
you think like somebody help him.
Somebody help him.
Somebody help him.
As soon as Chris Brown do it, they clipping it on Twitter and bring me back to March Madness.
I would put this in Hypebeast, but I also have a problem
Technically,
with
Chris Brown is a crackhead.
A particularly
that's another topic.
Popular piece of footwear. Y'all.
Jordans?
No, they are. They what they are. Look, he made a whole. I ain't gonna get into that. I respect the hustle.
I respect the yeah.
Y'all remember when guys first started wearing Uggs? I think we was in like middle school.
I couldn't afford
niggas didn't wear Uggs in my school too.
Yeah, they didn't wear it.
That was a very recent thing.
They started like
it was either the girls or the gay dudes. That was it.
No, with me it was the straight dudes too. Like they was
that's crazy. The North is crazy.
Uggs with the skinny jeans and a white T-shirt, and they
Uggs like
and they call that a fit.
And they was the most hood people too. I was
I wasn't expecting.
Are we?
I still went with the white girl Uggs. I like the little normal boots.
Are we bringing Uggs back?
I got a pair of bear right now.
He said they left.
I'm just waiting for.
So is it rompims in the summer and Uggs in the winter?
Oh my
God! I don't think my body type is.
That was just
right
that one
romper.
summer.
Yeah, it is.
It might be like the
romper was just that one summer.
I feel like you can pull off a romper.
Yeah, you can pull one off.
Y'all say that, and I'd be looking like.
You finna go on a safari.
I like how we went like.
I either get it too big or too small.
That's what I'm saying though. Like it's a pattern though. Like even like I really feel like vaping in general is part of Hypebeast culture because a lot of people are doing it just because you see people on Instagram who look like successful and they got tattoos and they look cool and they're vaping. So then that makes other people start vaping.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot what I was going with that. This particular footwear, it's just like it's there, and I'm just like, why? Crocs.
Bro,
are Crocs like are they comfortable?
Ugly. They must be comfortable.
They gotta be comfortable.
Cause ain't no way people wear them.
Never actually my feet.
They not.
They're like to me. It's like my feet get sweaty, so I just imagine sweat and then against the rubber.
They got ventilation.
They do have ventilation. They have the little openings.
Listen, I wouldn't wear Crocs.
I wouldn't wear Crocs either.
Look, if they were comfortable.
Oh yeah, no, you're not gonna catch me in
If they're comfortable, I'd probably wear them. I like comfortable shoes that I can just slide on.
What really kills me? People wear Crocs with socks, like wear socks with Crocs.
No.
Oh, that was my whole high school experience.
Niggas at your high school was different. They was wearing Uggs and Crocs with socks.
Look, it was worse at other schools actually, because my school was the chill school.
No, I'm not gonna like rag on people that wear Crocs with socks because we wear socks with slides. Slides are technically sandals, and that's still the same shit. You're wearing socks and sandals.
It looks a little.
Hey man, I'm just saying.
Niggas got ugly feet,
I got ugly feet. I'm not showing
that should be a topic in itself. Why do niggas have ugly feet? Why don't niggas take care of them?
We don't really take care of them.
Because they think that shit.
Yeah, why don't they take care of them?
That's a whole other
topic. Like, I be clipping my toes and when
I need a pedicure actually. John, we're gonna get mani-pedicure.
I do get a pedicure. It's just, I would rather do that as like a date thing.
Yeah.
Like, I would do that as a date.
No, but I think it's starting to become more of a, like, I think men are starting to become more comfortable.
More
I went
open
to
to
get
it.
my nails done and my pedicure. I saw other men in there too. So I was just
Okay,
like,
see, that's good. We're moving in the right
to be
direction.
fair, they were older.
Like to be honest
That's
with you,
even better.
like to be honest with you, I would want to do it as a date because it's like, okay, like shoot, it's like, hey,
But
boo,
they seem progressive.
so me and you, we got our toes done and whatnot. We glowing up
like my
together.
balls.
We glowing together.
Well, I won't get it.
You know who
Toes
else
confessor and that.
is glowing up together? Rihanna and her potentially existing baby.
Let me say something.
We
about
don't.
this. I personally don't think.
Rihanna
Drake is crying in the corner.
Drake is in shambles.
Where is Pusha T?
Exactly.
Where's our favorite
Drake?
coke dealer turned
Pusha T
rapper?
gonna find out who
who Rihanna baby is?
Pusha T gonna find out.
First of all,
Put Pusha on the case.
First of all,
Push it,
to kill the mood, because I'm about to kill
Push the
it.
P.I.
To kill the mood, why is it a thing that Drake would be upset that Rihanna's pregnant? Because does he own her?
No, bro, no. It's a
No.
joke.
I understand it's a joke, but it's a terrible joke.
It doesn't. No. I think. I think if Drake was angry about her
Drake
being
hasn't said
pregnant,
anything.
No, he hasn't said a word.
Because she's
No.
not pregnant.
He has not said a word, but the joke is that he's sad because there was the whole era of him wanting to be with Rihanna and
Look at
saying
this
that he
nigga.
wanted to be with Rihanna.
Yeah,
if he was
this nigga.
mad, if we were saying that he was mad,
What we just
then
talked
it
about.
would be a thing of does he control her? You know, because you can't just be mad that a woman's gone off and done her own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
You know,
Like,
I still don't like.
she
the
went
joke.
off on her own.
Go
girl.
ahead, blow
Like,
it
She
out.
did her own thing.
Go ahead, blow it out.
I'm gonna go off.
Go ahead and blow
it out.
cat,
Like, hey.
All right, Johnny Tangent.
Y'all know who I'm tired of getting emails from?
Who?
Kamala Harris.
Why are you getting?
Why?
Come
I don't know.
on.
Why?
Look. I
We
signed
went
like.
from Rihanna's baby to
To
Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
We can talk about Rihanna and her potential actual
we don't
baby.
need to. We don't need
Because I
to.
just opened my email up and I just see Kamala Harris, Johnny from Day One with Bitches Campaign without the blah blah
John's
blah.
laptop lost his.
All right,
Like-
so back to the topic though. I just want to know low key. So who would potentially be her the father of the child? Like, who is
someone
she
we don't
talking
know.
to?
She was dating.
We don't know.
No, she's dating like a millionaire. She's
Like,
dating like
Saudi
a
prince.
Saudi
yeah.
Arabian prince.
No, she broke up with him. It's another. It's another.
Wait, for
man.
real?
Is
Yes,
she Saudi
Rihanna's
Arabian
dating
too?
rich men.
Yeah, we know. We knew that.
Okay, hold on. Let's rephrase that statement. I'm gonna be like you. Let's rephrase that.
Yeah,
statement.
she
She's
don't
not
need
dating
these-
rich men. She rich too. All right.
She don't
yeah,
need
she has-
rich niggas.
Don't try
Of course,
She's
like,
dating with her tax bracket.
She's not in
She's dating
Rose,
within her
damn
tax
it.
bracket.
Right.
She's dating within
She's
her
dating
tax
niggas in
bracket.
her tax bracket.
Yes, right.
fuck?
There you go. Correct me.
Yeah, for
Correct
real.
me.
This
Yes.
ain't Amber Rose. This ain't Black China.
Hold on, chill out.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Yes.
Whoa.
Now-
They just said we.
Now you can.
I'm finna get disrespectful.
Not the blue face.
They did
I'm
what
about
they
to
had
get
to do.
I
Hey,
respect
I respect they come up. I do respect they come up.
You can't get mad at them
But
because
for
the
real
niggas are
though.
dumb.
Okay, but
Because
If
yeah.
it wasn't for the rich dicks,
Rihanna's
they probably
dating her
wouldn't.
tax bracket.
so who's she talking to?
I don't know. We can look that up. But she's dating somebody in her tax bracket.
I wonder.
He's rich.
Hey,
And I don't think she's pregnant. I think she just,
Who
you know,
is
she got a little
Rihanna dating?
courage.
Hey, but for real though, for real though, we need Pusha T on this.
Google.
We get Pusha T on the case. He gonna find the husband, or not even the husband, the spouse, the baby. He gonna figure out what she planning on naming it, if it's real.
And he gonna put it in a diss song on Drake.
He gonna find it.
And it's going to be
Did Google actually find his name?
You thought Adonis was gonna have a sibling.
No, she's dating the same
That baby
Saudi
cooking
Arabian
in the
billionaire.
oven.
like the cocaine I
Like
made.
His name is Hassan Jamil.
Oh, that's current.
Yeah,
That's
she
current.
sound like he got
That's
money.
current.
They said since 2017. The article was written August 22nd.
That man sound like he got
That's,
money.
you think that's why she hasn't released music? Because she all the way in Saudi Arabia?
She can record in Saudi
living her
Arabia.
best
She just
life.
don't want to make an album.
She in
Either that or
Dubai.
she taking her.
She probably in Dubai having niggas strip for her.
money. She has. Doesn't she have a fragrance? She has a deal
Yeah,
with.
she got a lot of stuff going on.
I think several fashion brands.
I'm just-
So it's like
Oh, yeah,
she
she's
really
a fashion
don't.
house.
Yeah,
That's
House
what I'm
of
saying.
Fenty.
She got income.
she got a lot of stuff popping.
She has assets. She don't gotta make music no more. She really
She
don't.
really don't.
an album.
I'm waiting on the skincare line.
Unless she drops one out the kindness of her heart.
It's kind of like it's similar to the situation with
But you know
ASAP
how
Rocky, because
iconic
Rocky
it'll be?
got so deep into fashion that he didn't drop a lot of
He
music
fell
for a
off,
long
yeah.
I have
time.
an idea. Rihanna,
That's
if you
true.
listen.
Except
I
you
remember
actually
that
like
music
Rihanna.
video.
You should
I like
drop.
Rocky. Don't talk.
She should drop the album, but then like she should release like some new makeup, like a new palette,
No.
and then you can only get the album
If you buy
the fucking palette. That's only for like the first week.
Hey, I give you that. I give you
That
that.
was DJ Khaled's whole
Yeah, that was-
argument about
yeah.
like music sales.
Except he was doing it with energy drinks. And
Yeah.
What for energy drink?
Yeah, his
Nobody bought that shit.
Listen, if she opened a store
and that's why Igor
and
beat
she
it.
was just like, with the purchase
What's
of
the
like
reason
a
people
clothes
pirate
over the
shit?
$50, you get the damn you get the album. And guess what? When you scan the tag, bitch, the album's on the fucking tag.
Listen. Rihanna is
No,
such
no,
a
no,
businesswoman. I wouldn't be surprised if the album's called
Okay.
Fenty, the baby called Fenty,
Marketing,
everything is Fenty.
Why are we just giving Pusha T more
businesswoman.
material?
But you gonna name
Tell me when
this song Fenty?
We are giving Pusha T this material.
I can't do this.
Honestly,
No.
The greatest cocaine rapper of all time.
I bet if Rihanna was selling cocaine.
You just drop a little cocaine in the palette, you just rub it on, you know.
Hey,
I feel it in my skin.
I feel like a rich white
Start
business
smoking Alice and shit like, ooh, got pink all in their nose.
He said, I feel like I went to an Ivy League school.
Rihanna, are you sprinkling crack in the palette?
Nah, it's not crack. You know,
you know this?
it's cocaine.
You know this?
It's Fenty.
Oh.
It's Fenty dust.
How much will that cost? I'm so sorry.
Hey, crack. That ain't crack. That's
nothing.
that ain't crack. That's cocaine. No,
That would be
learn
so
your
funny.
drugs, man.
But how do y'all think? So let's put up a little bit of a hypothetical, because we can't just assume that Rihanna's working on music. She has no obligation to us to make any music or make any baby. But if she does create an album, we're not going to talk about creating that baby.
Create that baby,
Do you
Rihanna.
guys think or want from it?
the interweb said it was gonna be was it a dance hall album?
Yeah, like a pop album. And
Okay.
like a,
That's
I just want good music.
dance.
Yeah.
I just want Rihanna back.
I want to know the anti. I like the anti.
Anti was emotional though.
I
Yeah.
like emotions.
Okay, we know you do. But we tired of emotions. Bitches want to turn up.
I mean, we turned up word.
Hey, can we turn up and be in our feelings at the same time?
Yeah, we can turn up and
Like
our
for real,
feelings.
like I want to jig to some music about somebody having an existential crisis.
Hey Google, when was anti released?
2016.
Anti was released on January 27th, 2016.
Auntie,
It's been
Auntie.
3 years.
And yeah, it was because it's funny. It's funny as hell because when Rihanna released Anti, she got like what a month, and then Super Bowl happened.
You know what I'm talking
Beyonce did her surprise performance, and guess what we got? Lemonade. And Lemonade said, "Move, bitch," and it's just like
I'm sorry.
That's all we talked about.
Maybe she's gotta get a scoop from Beyonce when she's dropping, so that she knows to plan a little bit of a gap space for us to run her strings up
Jay-Z,
before.
please don't embarrass the Faithful Black Men Association. We don't need to be ravaged by the Beehive.
He said it's too late for that.
I said
It's too
again.
late.
He's already canceled.
No, he ain't. He's still a Faithful Black Man.
I think Beyonce got him under some spell. I think she do some hoodoo, and she said,
Beyonce got
"Fool me
everyone
once,
under a
nigga,
spell. Let's be
you gonna
real.
lose your life." You thought she said wife. You said you gonna lose your life.
But only Jay-Z heard that. We heard wife. It's like the spell
I was
changed.
like, life.
Whoa.
He was in the studio on the track. He was like, "Let me just change it. That's not gonna come off well. Let me just change that."
Hey B.
Wife.
Hey B. I ain't sleep with Becky with good hair.
Nigga, yes you did. I saw it with my vision. The Hive told me.
B. Don't
Hive.
take Solange on me.
Don't take
I
Solange.
believe
Oh my lord.
I believe the Hive was being
I
investigated
think-
shit.
I think
Hey B.
Beyonce was like a character.
Solange got them hands.
if Beyonce was like a character
like
in some fantasy
Mike
book,
Tyson in the elevator.
she would have like, you know, bees as a little bees as her henchmen.
Yeah.
And like they would sit down right there and just watch us.
I am scared now. Now
Like
believe.
she just looking in the honey cauldron like, that's what they think of me.
That's what they think.
I am scared now. Now whenever I see bees, now I'm thinking like,
Beyonce's watching.
Beyonce's watching.
Hey, Beehive. I'm part of the Beehive as a male member.
Me too. Look,
Listen,
I'm part of
I'm
the gay
scared.
chapter.
the male chapter of the Beehive is growing
I'm part
every
of the gay
day.
chapter.
I'm actually just a straight man that loves good music.
They have a chapter too.
Woohoo!
We're all inclusive.
All inclusive.
Goddamn
But you
right.
know who is not all inclusive?
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro.
Oh yeah.
Who believes
Rap music isn't
that
real.
rap music is not.
Let me tell you something, Ben Shapiro. Let me tell you
Before
something.
we get into the attack on Ben Shapiro, can I ask who Ben Shapiro is?
He's a white conservative.
Why?
Yes,
That
Why are we even having this conversation?
Spokesperson.
Not worth our time.
it is worth my time.
It's not, to be honest, I feel
It's
like the
not.
only reason why he's relevant is because
Fox News.
people keep talking about him. If nobody
Yeah.
talked about
Fox
him,
News.
it just like, honestly, he's so
Not even the time of day.
annoying because he talks so fast and he seems so confident. And you just, some people, like, he had me at first. I was like, well, damn, maybe he is right. But then when you do research and you actually think through shit,
No.
he's a bigot.
He's running off his.
Like, let me tell you something.
something.
It's not music to the. Let me tell you something.
What's
It's
the
not
title?
music to the white.
Even-
It's not music to white America.
Even that's not true because
True.
there's
No, I'm
so
talking.
many
No,
white
I'm
people
talking
who,
about
like,
ultra
identify with
conservative
it.
white America.
Yeah.
Another bulletproof vest.
I have
That's
been
not
watching-
Really bulletproof.
You put up the picture.
Come on, really?
been watching
I'm trying to go
Wu-Tang
in.
You,
Let me. Can I?
Go in.
Because
Go in.
I love rap music all my life.
Yeah.
Like, for real. It helped me realize I was black and also fried chicken. But yeah.
I knew I was black when I looked at my skin.
But honest to God.
It took me a while to realize we're not gonna get into that.
Hey, but honest to God though. Really and truly, you for a rap song, rapping you using like your regular voice for the most part. You ain't singing. If you singing, you can actually carry out a tune longer than you just some of the like you get what I'm saying when you rapping.
I mean,
Like you gotta come up like if 3 minutes of rapping is different from 3 minutes of singing.
Yeah.
You gotta come up with so many different bars, so many different lyrics that fit on the beat.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be on beat while doing it. If you
But not
sound
necessarily. But yeah.
shout out to Lupe.
Theoretically, yeah.
She got
But
me
shout out
for
Lupe,
Rihanna.
shout out E40,
shout out
all
Carisha
my.
because she can't rap on beat either.
No.
But some people manage to make it stylish.
Then it's a choreo.
That's the thing.
Yes.
People manage to make it stylish.
Like for
That's
real,
what
like
you
it
really
take
like.
like for real. Honest to God, you got the amount of writing that goes into a 3-minute rap song is like 10 times more than it takes for a 3-minute R&B song or like metal song or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I would say that you could argue that singing is more of a thing that comes down to what's the word? I would say talent.
It would be
ability.
talent.
Yeah, ability.
It would be
Whereas
ability.
rap would be something that falls more under like a skill or something that you practice at. You know what I'm saying? Because like think of like Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne got to the point where he was so good he can literally a lot of his songs are just him freestyling.
No, just go on.
And that's
to be honest with you,
he had to work
all right,
towards.
sidebar.
Just for him to freestyle.
Sidebar.
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
Oh, man.
a freestyle can actually be like outright something down and go over a beat. That's a freestyle.
Oh yeah.
But
In
what you
terms
talking
of,
about
like,
is
Lil
off
Wayne
the dome.
and, like off the top. Yeah, like
You talking about off the dome.
yeah. And Ben Shapiro, his argument was that
Quote unquote.
quote. I have the exact quotes here right now on the article. It says, "In my view, and in the view of my music theorist father who went to music school, there are 3 elements to music. There is harmony, there is melody, and there is rhythm. Rap only fulfills one of these, the rhythm section. there's not a lot of melody and there's not a lot of harmony, and thus, effectively, it is basically spoken rhythm. It's not actually a form of music, it's a form of rhythmic speaking. Thus, beyond the objectivity of me just not enjoying rap all that much, what I've said before is that rap is not music.
The beats got good.
That's his opinion.
It's not even just opinion, it's false.
There's literally harmony in
Exactly. There's
if
melody.
the beat's trash, nobody's gonna listen to it.
Exactly.
You could be lyrical
Drake has
miracles.
introduced thousands of melodies. Thousands. People like Quavo has started to introduce melodies. Even if I'm not the hugest fan of like
Bone Thugs.
Bone Thugs and Harmony. Melodies. Like there's melodies all over rap.
Shoot, Far Side, bro.
Oh.
He's very like one-sided. Like he's very objective because like you don't know the.
He doesn't know black culture.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like a certain couple songs,
honestly,
not the vast genre that rap is.
By the time he said my father that went to music, I would have been like, get the fuck out.
My father.
My father.
Because
My
like
father.
at one point, I believe at one point a lot of people didn't consider jazz music.
Yeah.
And jazz was created by black people.
Yep. It
So
sure
I think
was.
it's
It was
something
only got
a little bit
popular.
of racial with him because he already on the edge with black people as it is already. He says
it's
a lot
definitely
of
just.
things about black people.
I think it's definitely just an ignorance of the culture.
No, he knows about the culture. He just hates us.
That too.
He knows about the culture. He
Okay,
just hates
can we
us.
talk about something real quick?
Yeah.
I like when it comes to like conservatives that go out to colleges and speak, like Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens. I honestly think that they get the most attention because when they go to these places, they know they're gonna get people that they're gonna have opposition,
they're gonna rile up,
and they're gonna rile up, and then they're not gonna let them speak. You know
And
what I'm
but
saying?
no, they know where they can do that at.
Yes,
Like I would say this. He wouldn't be able to go to an HBCU and do this.
yeah, because everybody's gonna give him opposition, and it's gonna make us seem like we're not letting him
The
speak.
hateful ones.
Yeah, we're the hateful ones. We're not letting him speak. We're being rude. I really want like a place where they come to a HBCU and people are just quiet. They let them speak.
Yeah.
And so people can hear the ignorance.
Yeah.
You know?
That would be a very interesting
They can hear
concept
the
to watch.
ignorance like, okay, wait, that doesn't make sense.
Wasn't that an episode of Dear White People? Where they was like, all the white people bought the tickets, but then the black people came in instead of the people that were supposed to be there. They were just in there like.
And they were just quiet and they let her speak. And they were just like, yeah. And it turns out what they were saying was false. I mean, like, I honestly, when I listen to Candace Owens, some of it is more like, like David said, is more based around their logic. Yeah. And not just...
Is Candace black?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Candace a caricature of... I'm sorry, not caricature. It's the other way around.
Yeah, she was the character. Yeah, that was a caricature of her.
That's crazy.
Like, honestly and truly, like, if... I feel like we could accomplish more as a society if we were more moderate. But to be honest with you, if you be too moderate, we wouldn't be as progressive.
This is true. We've had some great conversations.
Not really.
So it is time.
I think that went back quicker than it usually does.
Yeah,
because we actually got a good gap where I could interject and send us to rapid fire news hour.
What's the sound effects? We need like horns and shit. Random dancing.
The radio thing. What's that thing called?
Soundboard?
Yeah,
we need one of those. We'll get one of those. Our first.
I'll be the soundboard.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
James Corden won an Emmy over Beyonce, and even her cameraman got involved in the drama.
That man sits in the car and sings karaoke with celebrities.
Beyonce had cameras moving, bitches going backwards, forwards, under her. What the hell? Emmy, what the hell? She worked her ass off. She starved herself. God damn it. She only makes fruits and vegetables for y'all white asses.
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all finish.
I'm gonna let y'all Beyonce had one of the best.
He really needs to do that this year, though.
What?
Yes,
We need
Kanye.
to bring him back to do that.
We need Kanye coming back.
We need him
Kanye
to do that.
is still a top 5. Is still one of my top 5 rappers.
No, it's not even that.
What y'all think about this gospel album he finna drop?
I don't let.
I think that would be interesting.
Can we finish the Beyonce thing real quick?
Yeah, that'll be the next time.
Let me think. Let's just say this. The Emmys, the Grammys, Oscars are all bullshit. You know why? Because they nominate trash. They not nominate, they let trash win.
Trash.
I love carpool karaoke, but listen, it doesn't. It didn't.
Trash,
it did.
but it's not as good as Beyonce.
No, compare it. Homecoming was like a cultural thing. It was a movement. It expressed.
They don't like black people. What don't you understand?
But they like to be us.
They don't like us. They want to be us.
I understand that concept, but what? It's just like they literally used her name to get ratings.
Yeah.
Like I said,
that's why her in the nomination.
That's why she don't go to shit.
They don't like us. They want to be us.
I get that concept. Okay, you don't have to keep repeating it. I understand what you're saying.
Use your common sense, brother.
You
stop telling me the same shit. I understand.
You back up.
God.
Right next to the mic.
I understand.
Right for real.
God damn.
Point Bank period.
They
award shows.
Beyonce's Green Earth and gave that image to James Corden for carpool karaoke. And that shit pisses me off.
Look,
it grinds
when
my
they gave
gears.
Adele the Grammy for Album of the Year for 25 over Lemonade.
You knew it was
Adele herself said.
is done.
Adele herself in her speech said Beyonce should have won this. She said, "I love y'all, but like Beyonce should have won this Grammy. Lemonade was a movement."
And we wonder why Beyonce don't fuck with us.
She don't. No, she don't fuck with. She loves us. She don't fuck with y'all. And that's why the ratings of these award shows they going down because people are starting to say it's trash.
We see the
they elect people they choose who they want. It's not based off talent.
Kanye West.
His duck ass.
Hey,
has been on a tour of gospel shows and is it confirmed that he's got a gospel album in the works, or is it just
shit I saw on Twitter said, what is it, Jesus is God? Or something like that.
Jesus,
I don't know.
I thought it was just gonna be Jesus.
No.
Or is this
he already made Jesus.
It is called Jesus. It's called Jesus.
Oh, it was Yandi.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what I was seeing.
Yeah, it's
I was seeing
out.
Yandi.
Well, the picture allegedly is coming out September 27th. What's that, next week?
Yeah, it's next week.
Next Friday, actually, yeah.
Okay.
I love me some Kanye, bro. Like, not gonna cap.
I don't listen to enough Kanye, but I respect him because I know he's done a lot of stuff.
Kanye came out with 5 classics to start off his career. I don't care what nobody say. 5 classics.
Outsold 50. Who just came off of
too.
Like, for real.
Right.
This man made College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, 808s and Heartbreaks. Y'all might disrespect 808s and Heartbreaks, but 808s and Heartbreaks inspired Drake to make his sound the way it is now. If it was for 808s and Heartbreaks, Drake's soft ass wouldn't be comfortable singing.
Drake soft ass.
Yes, I'm really trying to build. Hey, I'm really trying to get him to sneak diss us on a song.
You want to take this?
I have a question.
Honestly,
Do you guys?
And then he made My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Wait, what was she
Do
saying?
you guys think that Drake's ass is really soft? Like,
I mean, he be in the gym. He work out.
so you think it's like muscular?
It's like
I know what he's getting at.
Like
He's getting at.
I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say muscular. I wouldn't say it's soft.
Anyway, my point about Kanye, I like his music. I'm not a fan of rap in general. So when y'all was talking about hip hop, I was just like, okay, well,
I don't appreciate the cooning, but the music.
yeah, the cooning is not okay. But the music, you have to separate. I guess.
But then we talked about cancel culture. We went back to our first episode.
Yeah.
I don't agree with cancel
Speaking
culture.
of cancel culture,
I don't agree with
What's our next topic?
so there's
Wait, I'm not done talking about Kanye. I was gonna say he's kind of exploiting like the
there's
black
a very
church,
popular
church.
black
How is he?
athlete.
He is exploiting black church.
He been exploding
If
like
that's the
first,
case,
to be
then
honest.
every black
Okay.
person exploits black
So
church.
here's my thing about
Unless
that.
he's not.
He could be genuinely wanting to, put some gospel music out there.
Exactly.
Did Snoop Dogg drop a gospel album?
He sure did.
He sure did. Was it fire?
I
It
didn't
sure
listen.
was.
I didn't
It
listen.
was?
It was
Okay.
decent.
That's
It was
what's
decent.
expected of
The-
Snoop.
the-
That's all
the
Snoop.
concept was just like went over my head. I was just like, I'm gonna just leave that alone.
That's on
He
Snoop.
made a Rastafarian album called.
And y'all
told him to go
forgot.
sleep
Y'all
loud.
forgot.
smoke
Kanye
this.
was the one who first made a radio hit and talked about Jesus. And literally he was like, if I talk about Jesus, my shit won't get played on the radio.
How would he be exploiting? That's I don't.
He kind of like he like.
He's been
kind of made it.
He's been talking about God for a while.
He's been doing.
It's been a thing that's occurred.
God, him and God have had an interesting journey over these past.
That remix is so
I think
anxious.
it's very interesting.
But anyway,
But anywho. So going back to cancel culture, y'all know. I don't know how many. Antonio Brown.
No.
Yes.
Antonio Brown.
Yes.
So
I don't know.
Antonio Brown, he's a wide receiver
For the New England Patriots.
From the New England Patriots. He's a wholesome man.
No, he's not.
Right.
Allegedly.
He is black.
Allegedly.
Right.
Yeah.
Do not put the Faithful Black Men Association in
So he has
white people out
been
of
accused
time.
of sexual assault.
Ooh.
2 women have came forward very suddenly.
One of was his trainer.
But they don't want to press charges.
But they don't.
They just don't. They just didn't like his behavior. But the case is still developing. So what do y'all think? Where do y'all think like the where the Me Too movement is now? That's my question.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Because before y'all niggas start yelling at me,
I'm not gonna yell at you.
Come on.
y'all always yell. Anyway.
We ain't yelling now.
Yeah.
I'm only yelling because the mic's in the middle of the room.
Yeah!
This is yelling?
Oh yeah, that's my homework.
No, I'm not
Wednesday.
yelling right now. When I talk, I yell though.
She
When
wants
I
us
want to be heard, I'll yell.
But continue.
But, what was I gonna say? Okay, with the whole, you talk about how the Me Too movement is going?
Yeah, so far.
Regarding him, basically? They don't want...
No, like, I'm saying, like, in general, like, where do y'all think it's going now? Because, I don't know. It seems like it's kind of, like, the different people getting called out has kind of, like, gone down.
It's dwindled. Like, it lost dwindled. A lot of steam.
So, is that a trend? Or is that just because people are finally starting to get, like, called out on their shit?
Grab Tenny.
I'm pretty sure people are just afraid to get called out at this point.
Yeah.
Because getting point if you say some shit,
say some dumb shit.
People, you have a backing.
Do some
now.
dumb shit. See what happens.
Yeah, I think it's that too. I think it's.
I would hope it's that.
I would hope so. I mean, in his case, I mean, if they don't want to press charges, I mean that's kind of abnormal, but never heard that before. I mean, I think I have, but like. I want to say it's working, I guess, because I mean,
and it's an accusation. Nothing has been proven yet, but they are already saying that they don't want to press charges.
They just want to file a civil suit against him.
Okay, well, I mean, like I said, I think I was talking with David.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Me Too movement, it's more about, for me, I think we should believe the victims at first hand until more information comes out. But we shouldn't necessarily cancel that person altogether. You know what I mean? And, like, I think when it comes to cases with, like, you know, rape, I think it shouldn't really be publicized. I think it's some things, like, I don't know. I think
that should
because, like, stuff like this... All I did was type in AN, and the first thing that comes up, Antonio Brown accused of rape, meeting with the NFL Monday. Like, and that kind of stuff is what ruins people's careers.
No, here's the thing, though. Antonio Brown was already ruining his career anyway.
I know.
Like, he was doing a whole bunch of dumb stuff.
But then again,
anyway.
it's like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. You don't want to, like, ruin his career, but... Like I said, until he could have raped those two women and countless other women that probably didn't come out before.
Yeah.
So it's just like, where does the cycle end? So something has to be done.
Something has to be.
Yeah, and like, you know, I understand like some women do lie, but that's when you get more information. You have the investigation, but until then, yeah, you're guilty to prove innocent.
Deep. So the victim was his Bible study partner in college, and then became his personal trainer.
Became his personal trainer, like while he was in the NFL.
Yeah,
while he was in
interesting
college.
So you see, like stuff like that, like
she got her full name out there and everything.
It seems like I don't want it to become to a point where women are afraid to come forward because they put the other person's like career in jeopardy. No, fuck him. Yeah. Because if he did assault you, He has no privilege.
He has
anymore.
no right to do that.
He has no rights anymore. He is a criminal. Send that nigga to jail.
Yeah.
Period.
Like, but honest, alright, y'all talking about him ruining his own career. As a football fan, as I've been watching throughout the off season, all throughout the previous 2 seasons, actual past several seasons, this man has been doing stuff to sabotage his own career. Many of his own teammates have called him a cancer in the locker room. Many have said they shouldn't have paid that man money. Paid him that much money anyway.
So she's saying he sexually assaulted her in June of 2017 and then raped her in May of 2018. That's wow.
Yeah, no, at that point, especially once they have the testimony and they have enough evidence to put him away, like just put him away.
They're not even going to put him away. She's doing a civil lawsuit. She's doing a civil lawsuit. So she's not trying to get him. Okay, she's rather getting.
That's interesting.
She's trying to get paid, to be honest with you, and honestly, get paid.
I mean,
get paid, young woman. Get paid. Get paid, young woman. Get paid.
I mean, yeah. I guess if that's how she feels, if that's what she feels will resolve it within herself, then then let that be her resolution. I mean, I feel that he should see like criminal
charges.
action.
But here's the thing, though.
But
here's the thing, though. He's not. The only thing that really at this point, he feels like he can't be touched at this point. And it's exacerbated even more.
Yeah,
it's exacerbated even more when she's pursuing a civil lawsuit rather than an actual trial. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure those 2 dates were within the statute of limitations.
Go
ahead.
And
here's the thing. He's a petulant child and whatnot. Due to the fact that it's not going to be a criminal investigation, he won't get suspended by the NFL. Like he it's in their bylaw. It's in the players' union bylaws.
Yeah.
That unless it's a criminal investigation, he cannot be suspended.
Interesting.
And then the second victim was a client who was hired to do some artwork for him to be published in Sports Illustrated.
It's like I don't like dudes with that type of attitude. Like you can't touch me because this, that.
True, but here's the thing though. His quarterback for a long time should have been in jail too, but he's not gonna talk about it.
She was in his house painting a mural, and he suddenly appeared. While she was working on the mural, he just suddenly appeared naked, holding a small towel over his genitals.
A small towel.
Well, he's not gonna be some porn scene.
Yes, he was trying to make it into
the pizza delivery.
No. Like it reminds me of a scene with Pinky.
Niggas are weird.
Pinky.
It's like men think they can that just goes into like the way society brings up men to think that they can do whatever they want, especially men who have like power, like in the NFL, because they like, they're players.
Yeah.
They think they can do anything they want. I can. He thought he literally thought like if I go to her naked, she's gonna like fawn over me and do what I want, and apparently that wasn't the case. So, John, you're different. Anyway,
Jonathan,
listen. If you have a God complex and you think everybody's supposed to kiss your toes, you got another thing coming. Because I ain't kissing no toes. I don't suck toes.
Toes is nasty.
Now, I will shoot your toes, and then you be toeless, and then you can never play in the NFL.
Y'all eat that.
You couldn't even walk at that point.
Exactly. So what you gonna do? Because all you can do is run a ball. You don't have no work skills. You don't got nothing on your resume other than
might have work skills.
I doubt it.
He might.
If he gotten this far.
I'm sure he good with his hands.
What he gonna do? You gonna work on that track. You gonna work in that construction field, and that's all you ever gonna do, because that's all you work. Anyway,
I feel like that.
Shout out to the workers who do it. Y'all are worthy.
You know,
hold on though.
Right?
That statement right there was a little bit.
Never mind.
So
what I'm saying.
It's some bullshit.
Yeah, it's okay to target it at Anthony. Whatever.
That's what I'm talking about here.
But you attributed it to the football players.
I'm sorry to the football players.
You don't like football players.
I don't.
Because that's kind of assuming that all people who play football are.
All people who play football are not. All people who play football
I feel
don't
offended
suck.
as a former football player.
Sorry.
Yeah,
all people
he
play
said you wasn't
football
gonna
players.
be shit.
All football players don't suck, but most of them who do suck, y'all, they'll tend to be the ones that have no type of work skills, no work ethic, nothing of value to them other than catching and running a ball.
I mean, that takes work.
Why, nigga?
But
What the hell?
But
is going on?
other than that, what can you do?
Are they racing again?
They might be.
well,
I
guys,
feel like I'll hear more.
it's been a fun session of the Sports Football Analytic
too much.
Podcast. However, it seems we're out of time. Say your
Bye.
goodbyes.
To the end of the road.
Until next week.
Until next week, we'll be here giving you the play-by-plays and the throw-by-throws and the run-by-runs.
And I'll let you know how my birthday went.